Boys, I want you to take this and your team exclusively app, make clips exclusively for them and their top creators, and I want you on a call this afternoon selling that $1 million to David Sachs. There's the hook.
Just soundboard. Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about entrepreneurship, self-development, and challenging norms. It's officially,
July.
You know when we started this, bitch? July!
Wow.
All right, come on, let's get this show on the road.
All right, yeah, I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about.
1 year ago and 7 days. We're going to kiss. We started the Smart Nonsense Podcast.
The tension has been building for a year. All climax is right there. Hey, we got a lot to talk about because it's been we talked about roller coasters before in the last update, which was 94, I think. I was on a rooftop.
Did you even say our tag? What we talk about? I can't remember.
Yeah, you blacked out.
Go watch us on YouTube. You can see me black out.
Hey, we got a new angle. Today.
Boom! Subscribe. It's Smart Nonsense on YouTube. You got to see these things. All we know how to do is video, so...
Hey, but we might go exclusively audio. Hey.
We just pitched... We're going to tease it. We're trying to sell Smart Nonsense $1 million. This podcast... million 1 year and 1 week after we started the podcast. Fucking dollars.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we should have done it last week. That would have been cool.
No, it's just fudge
From
the numbers.
unemployed to millionaires to unemployed, a million and back. It's a roller coaster.
Who knows? Okay, Belky, this is where we left off last. We're working with Hasan. Well, we still are, technically. We haven't escaped.
We have 9 more days.
Right? Working with Hasan, I think we're riding the high. We didn't even go to...
Hasan, don't stop listening. We don't need to escape. There's a reason. There's a reason. It's not you, it's us.
Okay, so we didn't even go to Memphis at that point, I don't think. We just did that. We talked about... I don't know what the fuck happened. I haven't watched that. I just know you farted. You ripped into it, so I hope you got another gem for a hook.
Didn't you get like way more playbacks on that fart than
dude,
anywhere
it
else
was
in the
ripped.
video?
It had like 200% playback.
YouTube shows you the peaks and troughs of where people come in, and whenever there's a peak, like people have rewound.
Right, and on my story, because I did a story and people were rewatching the story over and over. People were like, did he actually just shove that in his crotch? Yeah. Watch 94. All right, so I guess we got to update some shit, and we don't really know what was in the last update, so that's a problem. But crazy shit that we haven't talked about. One, who came onto our call-in episode? All that beef. We never got into the beef. We got a lot of soggy, easy spitter. A lot of soggy beef. So we got to talk about that.
Was the last thing we did on the roof?
Yes. No, we did 95. I don't know what 95 was.
1 year ago.
Oh, that was systems.
Oh, systems. Okay. 1 year ago, we were shooting daily podcasts. I don't know what's happened since.
This is an intervention now.
I think we're shooting bi-monthly podcasts. I'm still shooting daily vlogs, having a blast. I wish you would join me with daily podcasts.
You know what? Happened? All our editors went to our fucking business. I think we're going to have some... Belky's putting pressure on us, so we have exclusive...
Yeah, right. We need to hire like 5
editors.
more editors, so we have exclusive Smart Nonsense Podcast editors. I mean, half the reason I keep shooting the vlog is because I have a exclusive editor, Ken, to do it. It's like an accountability
thing. And intentionally
thing.
keep him away from all the other shit. Yeah. Okay, so we have a lot of shit to tease. I don't even know where the fuck we're at with a lot of it. Oh my God, so much has happened in the last month. Okay, let's just go chronological. And it gets crazier and crazier and crazier because our life just ramps up. First thing, maybe we talk about Hasan, just what it's like actually working together. Because we were... What we're really good at, when people don't give us direction. And we just do. We just do something really fucking cool. And we're like, hey, I don't know if this is what you wanted, but it's cool. So it's probably better than what you wanted. We're great at that. We fucking wowed them the first month. Hasan is like, this is amazing. Come out to my show in Memphis. You guys
Slow
gotta
down.
see it.
You guys are just creating too fast.
Yeah, they couldn't keep up. So we go to Memphis. We have a fucking ball. Henry shoots some vlogs. Look at the B-roll. Boop. Hasan even says... AJ and the team. Fuck! Some shit like that.
Oh, fuck! Shout out to AJ and the team!
So we were blowing his mind. We had a fucking ball of a time offering him ribs, even though he's Muslim. We did all the shit that you're not supposed to do, but it's smart nonsense. We had a blast. And then we come back and we get a fucking mountain of edits. It's
Right.
like, here's how we're going to take the show to the next level. Show is already dope. We kind of know what to do.
Fuck, dude.
Then the fucking translation of those notes into editors, we're like, one, we don't want to do that. That's going to be a shittier graphic, but let's still do it. And then it delays everything. It's just been a chaotic dick fuck for the last month.
Yeah, so V1 of the show was amazing. The team was going, wow, 11 out of 10, above and beyond. We come back from that show, we do V2, V3, version 4, version 5, version 6-ish, and it just keeps getting progressively worse and more excruciating. Or not worse, but marginally better.
Yeah.
Not worth energy better.
So we've been stressing about it. It's like the thing you dread. Oh, the other thing we dread. Talk about dread items. Those immediately come to
Dread
memory.
items, baby.
Dread items. Did we talk about the call-in launch video? I think people knew we were going to do that.
Oh, the call and launch video. Oh, last we talked, we were pivoting into a company that does all the videos for Silicon Valley because no tech person in Silicon Valley knows how to tell their story like we do. So we were going to do all these explainer videos. We picked up some clients to do paid ads for them. 2 weeks later, we're like, this is the worst thing ever.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. It's like we used to pride ourselves on that feeling Sunday, where on Sunday, are you excited to come into Monday or dreading it? And we're dreading it because we had our Monday meeting with Hasan.
Oh, yeah.
We had, this call-in launch video, which David Sachs, he's incubating, which fucking just raised an absurd amount of money for call-in, which is social podcasting. It's like Clubhouse with recordings turned into podcasts. Basically what we should have had a year ago. They hired us to do that video. We quickly realized that we don't have the chops for that. Well, we do have the chops. We just don't have the fucking mental stamina and strength to do it.
It takes so much direction and production. And that's when we pivoted. We were like, no. What we do, we are an automated post-production company. You feed your shit into our system and we give you the best output on the internet. That's it. We need to, should we go to the rulebook?
Fuck it. Go to the rulebook. I don't know where we're at.
Fuck it. So amidst all of this, we're like, okay, we've got all these problems. You could either go like, woe is me, this sucks, life sucks, and this thing's gonna fail. Or you take those problems as action to do something. And that's when you and I hunker down. We're like, this is not working. This is not working. Our shit's starting to look bad. Everyone's burning out. We're burning out. The Silicon Valley thing, it's not going to happen. So we need to launch Smart Nonsense
we
2.0.
We regrouped. We fucking huddled up and we're like, all right, no more. Here's the beauty. We go, hey, this was Smart Nonsense 1.0. 1.0 was us just hustling around, trying to work with some cool people, optimizing for people. Like, yeah, that's fun. It's a project we're probably not qualified to do, but we're going to do it because we're badasses. And we went in the deep end and we often swam. We're still swimming. But we want to go into 2.0. So actually, 1.0 is I'm kind of like 1.0 was basically the podcast. We started the podcast for ourselves. And then that slowly merged into working with other people. So it's like 1.5, call it, is like working, doing the similar sort of edits just on other podcasts. But we want to hit 2.0. 2.0 is proper smart nonsense media. We have our own look, our own style. People recognize our shit. And we don't work on the stuff that we don't want to work on. So we're very selective. That's what we're moving into. And that's where the rulebook comes in.
Right. So like last week, we're like, this isn't working. We're absolutely fucking miserable. We're not getting paid for how difficult this work is. We're drained as a result. So we need to do something here. That's when we're like, hunker down, huddle up. We need to, as much as we don't want to or we don't like to, we need to actually put in the time to do some of the kind of like corporate documentation. But we're nonsensical, so we do it in a fun way.
Yeah, read it. It's going to be B-roll. Or it's linked somewhere in the fucking description. But, so yeah, this is the beauty. We have this doc that's just like this. If you want to work with us, here's the terms. And we can say that now because we have a handful of clients that are paying us well.
2 things. This comes from Derek Sivers' Anything You Want.
Yeah.
And I don't know who wrote it. Rework and
By
Built
Jason
to Sell.
Fried. Oh.
Jason Fried, Rework for culture stuff.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote Built to Sell.
Netflix's Culture we'll talk about in a second. And then the book Built to Sell, which is basically, so Built to Sell is this book about this guy running a media agency. It's fiction. And like us, he's just saying yes to everything. Yeah, we can do your logo. We can do your web design. We can do your email marketing. We can do your social media. Just yes to everything. But the book is about niching down and specializing in one thing. And for us in the rule book, especially, that was automated post-production.
Yeah, automated clips. One-click clips.
One-click clips.
That's what we do. There you go. So, and this is going to get juicy because there's a lot of there's crazy stories that we're about to talk about with the all-in squatter marketing. There's updates there. But yeah, so basically we're lucky. We get a lot of clients. Fuck it, let's just get into it. So all-in squatter marketing, that's where Henry blitzed with his YouTube channel. Oh, we got our foot in the door. David Sachs liked our stuff. Basically the whole besties.
Did we not
squad.
talk about that?
I don't think there are any updates there.
Squatter marketing.
Them mentioning us at all. I don't know if we talked about that.
On the roof?
I don't think we did.
Holy
that was like
fuck.
June 3rd, dude.
Can people comment on this wherever you're listening to it right now? Just say like, what the fuck? Henry sent you. What the fuck? We're missing all the updates.
Dude, there are so many. Maybe we got to shoot a little bit more often.
Squatter marketing is an entire episode.
Our life changes data. Oh my God, we didn't like the Juano shit. There's just a lot.
That was just yesterday.
That was yesterday. What the fuck? Okay.
Subscribe to my vlog. It's all there. It's daily.
Yeah,
most of it.
That's more, I don't know, up to date.
Whew.
But okay, so
Squatter
all in,
marketing.
basically squatter marketing. That's our philosophy of, hey, we want to work with you. We do full price or free. And so, hey, if you're willing to all in, if you wanted to pay us full price, we do it. But if you're not going to, which they aren't, we'll still do it because we love it. And guess what? We optimize for distribution for people. So we're just going to squat. We have the funds where we can pay for a team just for all in. And they're going to make clips as if we were their clients. And now when everyone asks, they're like, oh, I saw your all in clips. They're like, oh, they have to be working for them, right? Like it's a business. Like they wouldn't do this for free. So they all think they're a client of ours, whereas we're just doing it and Sachs just happens to be retweeting all the shit. So brilliant philosophy. It's working out. And it works so well that Henry is actually BFFs with David Sachs.
It's my bestie.
Quote. We got to have the clip where they are saying it and talking about it. Because they had a 10-second.
That shit popped off.
That's
shit, a whole episode. The 1 million impression Twitter clip.
So first thing, they mention you for like 10 seconds. And that's like, oh, thanks to Henry Belcaster. Like, oh, clips are amazing. Chamath's like, oh yeah, they're fucking incredible. They're like, Henry Belcaster is awesome. And then the next episode, that's where all this fucking turmoil comes in.
What did we do? So they mention us, and then I think we tripled down on Twitter, and we got them to
Why?
go against each other. They started fighting
For some reason.
because Sachs was posting all these clips, and Friedberg's super anti-clip because it's reductionist.
Right.
It's the whole point of the pod is like they're the four guys.
I remember now.
What?
Okay, yeah. No,
That's it.
yeah, basically, Friedberg's like, hey, I want everyone to see the full, all perspectives, get the full, complete image. That's the beauty of the podcast. Whereas Sachs comes in, he's like, oh, I get my clips. I need to be punchy. I need to say that clickbait headline. Like, you see Sachs, he's like this normally. And then he fucking pipes up when he's on air and he has
But they
his chance.
don't let him speak. They just ridicule him.
That's where it all happened. So our clip started this because it brought up the fact that Sachs isn't speaking crazily. He's just speaking this way and super punchy because Jason, the host of the podcast, he's always cutting Sachs off, whereas not so much the other besties. So we start this internal feud from our clips and it fucking explodes on one of the episodes. So 15 minutes basically of this first episode.
15 minutes.
The first 15 minutes is just, hey, Henry Belcaster's clips. Look what you're fucking doing. And then they start fighting and fighting and fighting. Like, are the clips worth it? What's going on?
And we were kind of joking with Sachs that he loves getting his sound bites in and then turning them into little short soundbite video clips with his BFF Henry Belcaster.
Like seek Henry Belcaster out. He found us. He's
but you just talk to him 7 times a day and direct every frame of the animation.
No.
JK, let him go.
No,
let him go.
No. Henry, is one of our super fans, started making these videos, okay? I mean, me and Jason are on a thread. Jason, don't pretend.
You're in a
not
group
on the
chat
DM.
with Henry Belcaster?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's all
15 fucking minutes
revolving around
of
how
Sachs,
amazing our clips are.
Jake, they're just fighting about us. It's a 15-minute ad on a podcast that does 1 million downloads a week.
So
Yeah, fuck.
So from there, we're losing our shit, right? And we're like, are you kidding me? Henry has like an extra 2,000-3,000 followers now, basically because of that. And the next day, we get on Colin because we're making their video. We're fucking venting about how shit he is. We're like, fuck Axel, fuck this app. And guess what? Fuck Friedberg because he's talking shit about our clips.
You listen to me right now, Axel. You Axel, you can't keep me out of this app. I don't know what account I'm on right now, but there is no sign-in feature on this app.
You're on the toilet. I'm butt-ass naked at our kitchen table right now.
Hey, Slick's here.
Hey, add some Friedberg nuance to this.
Fuck Friedberg.
We're doing all
Clips
of this
for life.
I'm butt-ass naked on this fucking call-in, which is just audio, so no one can tell. It's not like this video. Highly produced smart nonsense.
YouTube.
And then guess what? Sax chimes in. He comes in the audience. And the beauty of call-in is you can call in. So boom, he raises his hand. Sax, get in here. He was actually texting Henry, let me the fuck in. He gets in. Next thing you know, Friedberg's in. And then who comes chasing? The feud king himself.
The crybaby.
The crybaby. That's a better one.
The crybaby.
Jason Calacanis, whose name we spelled wrong for good reason.
It's about time.
Hi, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
I just woke up.
What's going on here?
up. It's way too early.
This is like the first crossover episode of All In Pod and Smart Nonsense. Yeah.
Why can't I monologue? Yeah, guys, go start your own fucking podcast and be solo.
There he is.
Yes, if you want to.
Hey, Big Cal, we're the stars. We're the stars of the podcast. You're just the moderator.
Oh, okay.
Not worthy
We
of
should have
opening.
released that.
So they come in, and we quickly get shut down. It's our own podcast. We're riffing, like, it was fun as fuck, and then we tried to take control, and we just got beat the fuck down. You
Yeah.
can hear it in the clip.
Okay, Dylan, it's above your pay grade. Put yourself on mute, please. Thank you. Take it easy, Dylan.
But basically, now the besties come on our episode on Colin. Smart Nonsense podcast on Colin, which there are some episodes that y'all have never heard.
Outside of All In, that's got to be like the highest net worth podcast of all time. Do we have the second highest net worth podcast episode of all
Hundreds
time?
of millions.
Other than those four guys?
Oh, there's
on their
probably some
own?
other billionaires with
So we just
podcasts.
didn't have Chamath. Anyway, we're
Regardless,
fucking-
the besties are fighting on our episode. That episode in itself, our Colin shit. Now they take that off of Colin and put that on YouTube and say, oh, leaked Colin footage, the besties feuding. And guess what? It starts off with fucking Henry and I just, did you say the episode? No? Okay. It was fucking yawned out. And this shit's getting like tens of thousands of views. And we're losing our mind. And I think right after that, we make our own clip or a clip for them to share. But it's basically revolving around this feud, just stoking the fucking fire, riding the wave.
and we weren't going to put it out. It wasn't one of our best clips.
No,
It was like...
it was very Smart Nonsense 1.0.
Okay, so right, we're talking about we're on the trajectory to go to sleek Smart Nonsense 2.0. We're the dopest media agency in the game. This clip is still like very 1.0 Mimi. And Dylan's like, I don't know, dude. Do we put this out? And we're like, it's like kind of funny.
Good enough.
It's good enough.
It was good enough. So Henry put it out. Again, this is all Henry putting out under his own account.
Oh my
so there's
God, I was driving. Don't overstep. I'm sorry, we do no prep. Like, what's the arc here? This is crazy.
there's I don't know where we're at in the arc.
Oh, no. So the besties come into our episode on Colin. They're fighting. I have to leave the episode early to drive 2.5 hours to Chicago. And the besties are like legitimately mad at us. Jason and Friedberg are legitimately mad at us. Sax is mad at them. I'm driving 2 children, so God knows I can't be on my phone. And you're just texting me like, you're DMing me like, dude, take that tweet down.
Yeah, you put out a
Dude.
tweet that's like Chamath, because Chamath was like, I want clips. You're friends with Henry Belcaster? It's like, Chamath, you want the clips? You got to pay.
Yeah.
And then
It
that's
wasn't
when
that fun, but yeah, that's what it was saying.
Sax says below, don't overstep. In all caps.
No. You buckle the fuck up, people. Buckle the fuck up. You messaged me. You're like, dude, J Cal thinks we're price gouging. He thinks
Oh yeah,
our
because on the
prices are too
episode
high.
he's like, yeah, just ride Sax's coattails and double your prices every month.
Yeah, and mute yourselves, guys. This is way above your pay grade. Get out of our episode. It's our episode.
agree with that because you're not even
Put yourself
handling your
on
interruptions.
mute. Okay, Dylan, it's above your pay grade. Put yourself on mute, please. Thank you.
So we do that. You DM me. I'm driving. Athena deletes the tweet because I agree. However,
Sax
turns out they
said
were
don't
just-
overstep first.
No, that was on the China's thing.
Ah!
So, first of all, their sense of humor sucks. I apologize in DM. J Cal's just laughing. He's like, this is fucking hilarious. So, we're like, how much Asperger's is there in this world?
A
We've
lot.
got it. Our friends have got it. They've got it.
Our idols have got it.
Anyway, okay, so we put out that clip that we didn't want to put out. And I think I was also driving at the time.
I was testing Athena.
Yeah, I was 2 hours into this drive. And Sax comments on the clip, hey, I liked these way more when they were about us. Don't overstep. And we clam up. Like, are we overstepping?
The problem with Twitter is he doesn't use emojis or anything. It's just don't overstep in all caps.
Periods.
And I just heard price gouging by Jason on the earlier one, riding coattails, like all this shit. It's like
They're breaking up on Twitter. It's
Yeah.
all our fault.
It's like, are we gonna fucking ruin this relationship with the besties that we just worked so hard to build?
And then is the internet going to turn against us because they love the podcast and we blew it up? Don't overstep.
Turns out it's I don't know. You kind of apologize. He's like, quit being a bitch. I wasn't apologizing. Not that funny because he's not that funny. But he said like,
Yeah, he was just joking.
he's like, no, dude, just joking. Meanwhile, the clip
not.
that Henry fucking posted gets 150,000 views, 1 million impressions
Yeah.
on Henry's rinky dink channel.
Rink.
So account, whatever the fuck you call it. So
I'll get my tweet in there. I tweet back to Sax once I knew it was a joke and to play into this. Still don't know if they were joking or not. You know that like SpongeBob meme?
Yeah.
He's like,
don't overstep.
don't overstep. You might have
It'll
to
be in the
censor
B-roll.
that.
So basically, that was the craziest moment for us. We had our spot in the spotlight, and almost destroyed the podcast. I think they've been reunited, but
Yeah, they
Sax
stopped
isn't
talking
out
about
of the
this.
equation. The Sax stays in the story. He's pivotal to what's about to happen today when we talk about that. But
Hey,
we got
we'll be back from a commercial in the next 10 seconds. We got to get these cameras rolling again.
true.
Pop, give them something to listen to.
my life is getting longer, not shorter. So we can't have me singing because that's terrible. But what we do have for you is the craziest business shit that's blown my mind. Basically, Henry and I, we're
Reset.
stupid. We're too focused. We're in the fucking forest. We're in the forest, and we couldn't see the trees. Wait, no. We could
only see the tree bark.
I'm chewing on tree bark.
And nobody makes it out of the forest if you're just looking at the moss on the side of the trees.
So
We're
where's
so deep in the Hasan's project.
Oh, we're so deep
many
in this
meetings,
shit.
so many iterations, so many revisions,
Oh,
so many team members.
maybe we don't. Wait, let's hold off on this for a second because I think CTO might be cooler.
We got so many CTOs in our inbox.
Yeah, a lot of fucking CTO after CTO. All right, HubSpot CTO Dharmesh Shah. Is that how you say his last name? I said it on the
I
call,
hope
and
so.
I hope so too.
Hey, I was on a call.
Oh yeah,
I was on an office hour once, and the guy's name was Rohit,
Rohit.
and I called him Rohit, and he corrected me right off the bat, and I was very happy he did that.
I know.
Rohit.
It's tough though if you're.
What?
He's clammed up. Yeah. So basically,
Brown suit. He might be listening to this. Rohit, thank you again for doing that.
Dharmesh, he came on My First Million, our OG podcast. He loved our clips, even though they were trash at first. We revamped them. He's like, hey, I want to do video content. Boys, let's fucking talk. What's it look like?
Wait, but that was yesterday. Dharmesh?
What are we going to go to today?
No,
What else is there in the story?
the 2 weeks where we wanted to jump off the balcony? I couldn't get out of bed.
Okay. Talk about that.
Last Saturday, I was just laying in bed. I turned to Athena, I was like, I'm so exhausted. I'm so exhausted.
Yeah.
We've just got clients. So, okay, in between the besties brawl, we're riding a high. We're taking on everyone. We're doing everything. We're saying yes to everything. Hasan's project is in limbo. We're taking on an energy company to do their thing. That's going shit. Well, it's great. We love them, but we lost all the media from the shoot.
Oh, Davood.
So we had to reshoot that. Davood. That was the guy who shot it.
He's David, but he spells it D-A-V-U-D.
He doesn't, though. D-A-V-U-D. I came back to his profile on the platform we hired him on. I came back 3 days later, and it had the I. So for a while, he was just Davood.
I like him a lot better.
I know.
Yawned out. But,
okay, so life was really shitty, and that's when... To kind of bring this full circle, that's when we're like, we need to do the corporate documentation. We need to do these things on our terms. Our team members need like contracts. We need to write a constitution about our culture so that they're not just head down doing clip after clip after clip all week. We realize one pitfall is because we got all these jumbled editors and teams. When our animators finish a clip, we reward them by putting them on the next clip. And so we just had to do a total internal restructure of like, teams and people having their own agency and managing themselves and all these things. And then we made the rulebook, which we're going to link. And then I think we meet Juano.
what about Darmesh?
Darmesh was yesterday. Juano was 2 days ago.
Yeah, but Darmesh hit us up. They're stacked on top of each other.
Darmesh.
All right, Darmesh first. Darmesh, yeah, he was on My First Million. Okay, he's probably the first billionaire they've had because he's the CTO, co-founder of HubSpot.
Sailor, for what it's worth. Isn't he a billionaire?
I don't think he crosses. I
He's
think
got
he's like
Fugazi
he's
Bitcoin
not
money.
hundreds of millions. Who knows what the fuck it dropped? You know, his net worth's all in Bitcoin, so it's
Half.
30,000. But so basically, Darmesh, billionaire Darmesh is like, hey boys, love the clip. Can we work together?
No, he said, how'd you make my audio sound so good?
Yeah, really fucking weird stuff.
Super specific, really detail-oriented guy.
And we didn't have the rule book. So we were like, yo, let's just hop on a call and riff about what we can do. And he's like, no, well, one, we're stupid because I listened to it in the episode and he's like, I do 15 calls a year. I'm not going to get on a phone with anyone. But here he's like, hey, I normally don't do calls, but I'll make the exception. You can be one of my 15 calls this year. Business calls. That's always our hook.
Yeah, wait, let's do that again. HubSpot billionaire says, I do 15 calls a year, and you guys can have one of them. That's the hook right there.
Yeah, then me blocking. Okay. So we're like, all right, crazy, you're making an exception for us. Here's our rule book. Granted, we say it's $25K a month. You just want to do a YouTube channel, so we can make exceptions too. He's like, yeah, fuck it, boys, let's riff. He doesn't
He's not
sound
like
as cool.
fucking boys.
No, he's like,
guys, I love the rule book.
That's really funny. So we get on a call. He's just like this in his chair, just looking like the podcast. You can probably use those clips. He looks the exact same. And
because you should go listen to the episode. He's rigged up all these green screens behind him. They're like legit green screens. So he actually he took a picture of his living room when it was clean and put together, and that's his background. So like whatever chaos and disorder is behind him, he just green screens in his clean living room. Like that's the type of dude he is. He's so legit.
It's nuts. So yeah, basically we talk on the phone, and I just love these people. It's always like, he even admits it. He's like, I'm a bad negotiator. I don't know. It just sounds in the ballpark. Like let's run with it. I haven't even checked, but he joined our Slack Connect, so I assume it's going through. But he's awesome because we give him the rule book, and the rule book is so key. If you have any sort of agency or you're working with people and you have a little bit of self-confidence, maybe some money behind you so you can say fuck you to people, tell them there's the rules.
Yeah, it's a really hard stance.
And we turned Balaji away.
Yeah.
We literally said, Balaji, you're going to be too much of a pain in the ass. CTO of ex-CTO of Coinbase. So he's a billionaire too.
Right. He saw our rule book and was like, I can't agree to rule number 1. I don't necessarily trust you guys are going to follow through on rule number 2. And I don't like rule number 3. He didn't say that, but basically red flag, red flag, red flag. This isn't going to be fun for us. It's not going to be fun for you.
We've done this before.
Yeah.
We've luckily we don't do long-term contracts, or we hadn't. So we can be flexible and like, hey, we're just going to fire these clients. Boom. Okay. So we're with Darmesh. Bam. Rolling with him. This brings us to Juano.
No. Mid Dharmesh call, he's like, boys, excuse me for 10 seconds. My son's Minecraft server went out. He just mutes himself, turns to the mechanical keyboard. He's like, he's like looking around. The server's down. Okay, we can resume. It's like,
okay, now into the craziest shit. Okay, it took us long enough. Hopefully you're still here. I don't know who's still here.
If you are, you get all the tea, baby.
So we've been bitching. We've been crying for weeks. Fuck this agency. It's a lot of work. Fuck clients. Fuck everything. Let's just start. Let's move out west. No, we'd actually go out east. Like deep east. But
deep east?
Like to the Philippines.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. We're going to Siargao. We're going. Look that up. Siargao. That's where we'll be for the rest of our lives.
Keep it to us. Unless you're hot, then you can go there. So we're like, we got to do tech. We just got to do tech. I start reading this code book. I'm like, I'm going to learn how to fucking code. I don't care what it takes. I'm sick of dealing with clients. We didn't have the rule book at that point.
It doesn't scale. It doesn't scale.
Like,
we're not getting paid. It's not fun.
Okay, so we want to build tech. And then we come into Juano. Juano, this was just supposed... Juano is Henry's dad.
Yeah, why did I text him? I was like, check out this rulebook. I want to get your advice on it.
Before the rulebook.
I sent him the rulebook, and I said, Colin offered us advisory shares to bring this podcast... Whoa! We might go exclusive to Colin. They wanted us to come exclusive to their platform to podcast there. I feel like Call Her Daddy, baby. Just it's for like $10,000, not $60 million. And yeah, so I want to get my dad. He's a lawyer, general counsel for a tech company. So I was like, let's get his advice there, and let's go through the rule book. You just happened to wake up a bit earlier than usual, maybe. No, you just weren't.
I was hungry. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm
it was lunch.
I'm having a little business lunch with my dad. You're involved here, I would say. Why don't you come through? And you're like, I got a haircut, but I'll catch you all on the tail end. Okay. So I head over. And I don't think I was prepared for
no, y'all were just chilling. And when I rolled up, you're like, oh, I guess this is a business meeting. Whips out the laptop. It's like, oh, we're doing business with Juano. Yeah. Juano's he's the wannabe entrepreneur. Not wanna, I guess.
You know what? I just commented, someone on my YouTube video was like, I need Juano or something. I want a meeting with Juano. Are we recording? And what I responded was like, and maybe he's listening to this. I'm like, he's a total visionary. I think living through me, because he didn't have the fortune to take these risks at our age. That's what I think is going on. He's always thought way bigger than everyone else. He's always told us to stand out and just like, don't take no for an answer. Go for things.
Yeah, Juano he does it right. And and he even told us too, he's like, boys, this is something that I wish I could do. And we didn't get into like what he talked about.
I so wish I were you guys right now.
But because he had worked with Obama. Right. And Obama approached him like, hey, can you help me on my campaign in 2008 or something? I say
senator campaign and then presidential campaign. Juano both times like, I don't have the time. You know, I got kids at home, bills to pay. Like, I just can't step aside and do that right now.
And now Juano's like, I could have been fucking Secretary of State, boys. What am I doing? Ambassador to France.
Timing. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. It's all about swinging for the fences when that opportunity is there.
And so we're realizing this is our opportunity. We've become besties with the besties. And now we're trying to move into tech, specifically SaaS. Who just happens to be probably the best person in the world for SaaS?
Sexy poo.
Sax on SaaS. So we're like, we got to build something. Juano, what the fuck do we do?
A couple things happen. Juano is like, are you guys stupid? Here's what's going on right now. Colin has just offered you advisory shares to go exclusive to their platform. They like you guys. Taylor Lorenz of the New York Times has just dropped a piece this morning about how creators are creating tools that VCs are funding like crazy. Because there's this whole creator economy that understands what's going on in the world right now, and we're all creating tools for ourselves to create better. That's where all the money is. Then you've got Sachs, who DM'd me, oddly, over the weekend, like, we have a really great working relationship.
Oh yeah, you put him on red.
I left him on red for like 2 days, and he got really sad. Boys, we have a really great working relationship. I want to make sure we keep this going. Yada, yada, yada. We want to blow you guys up on the Call-In platform. In addition to that, we're burnt out as fuck we're moving to Smart Nonsense 3.0, which is tech. And we're like, that's, I think, 7 stars aligning right now in this cafe. What the fuck are we doing? Juano says, I want you guys to take your entire company. Oh, no, we show him the ad. We show him the ad. We say, like, we just want to make sure that this ad we created, like, makes sense to someone who has no idea what's going on. He watches the ad and he goes, okay, so the way I see it is there's some kind of podcasting platform and there's some kind of feature in there where they can highlight a portion of their episode and then share that or something. He's like, boys, are you stupid? Or are you stupid?
Hey, we're stupid.
He's like, you guys have the product hook, the distribution trick thing to make this company go viral. You've created what you've created with your team, something that they can use.
This was, it's basically like, hey, Sax, you were the fucking lab rat. We hooked you. We're nobodies. Who the fuck are we? We're in fucking Johnny Bunko Town, Chicago right now, recording a stupid podcast. And somehow David Sachs wants to be our best friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what he said. You guys have been testing on David Sachs the last 6 weeks. You've been testing your product on David Sachs the last 6 weeks. Boys, I want you to take this and your team exclusively to an app, make clips exclusively for them and their top creators, and I want you on a call this afternoon selling that $1 million to David Sachs. There's the hook.
Just soundboard. That is a hook.
We're like, you're right. You're right as fuck.
2 hooks. Hook for the podcast, hook for the business.
And Juano's like, I know you guys aren't going to do it in time, so I'll write the email. You go home, you get your panties out of a bunch, and prepare yourselves for the call you're having this afternoon with David Sachs. I will write the email. As your general counsel, Brick.
And we're like, holy fuck. Well, we didn't get into like, hey, basically $1 million, a year exclusive, we're going to produce clips. That's how we attract the best creators to the platform, and then they're going to share it just like David Sachs did for all their fandom on Twitter specifically. So that's the pitch originally, and it's like, hey, sure, we're going to Mechanical Turk it, which is like pretend to be software, and we're really just manually doing it with our team. But Sachs, that's step 1. Step 2 is how do we get this from just select creators, this exclusive club, to everyone on like that's where we build the tech. We build the tech to do what we do with clips on the massive scale, automatic scale. And we're figuring out how that can be possible. We're realizing cool text animations is something that takes a clip from 0 to 80% of where we're at. And that can be automated. We think it can. We have no, I'm a fucking...
Hey, finish that code book.
Hey, I gotta finish the code book real quick. And Axel's busy. But yeah, we're basically like, okay, Juano, write this up. He kind of pitches it. We like tighten it up in our language because he speaks lawyer speak.
Yeah, right. He's got legalese. And if you confuse, you'll lose. Unless you're a lawyer, then you win. But we're not lawyers.
So Sachs responds via email. We were fucking nervous. You had to hit him. You had to like message him on Twitter like, yo, check it. He's like, oh, sorry, I'm sick, but let me check it out. He's like, oh, what did he say specifically?
Looking forward to discuss feeling under the weather. Let's talk at the end of the week.
Fast forward to the end of the week. That's Thursday. Today.
That is today.
Thursday comes around and we're like, all right. We didn't properly say the fucking crazy. I was sweating my fucking nuts off when we were like hitting the send button together on the $1 pitch. Like, how is he going to respond? Picture this. You're fucking nobodies, like we said. And now you're suddenly pitching the top person in Silicon Valley.
This isn't like venture money. This is $1 million cash.
Right. We want upfront cash.
$1 million lump sum cash.
Plus,
we're not losing any
1% equity.
Yeah.
We're fucking crazy. He hits it. And so when he responds, oh, looking forward to it. He didn't even object and we just told him, give $1 million?
Hooked.
Clearly. So this kind of like lesson for anyone watching, still watching, the lesson is, hey, how about you befriend them first? Squatter marketing, go in for free, hook them. And now they're so open. You know how hard it would be to get a pitch in front of David Sachs? There's no fucking way.
But he responds to our DMs in 2 minutes.
Immediately, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So now, fast forward today, we're fucking both nervous. We're running through. We're like, all right, how are we going to pitch this? What's the problem? Let's story brand the fuck out of this. How do we do it? Problem, you can't go viral. How do you go viral? Well, you got to hook people. Same way we hooked you, Sax. Guess what? Same way we hooked all Bology, CTO,
all your
HubSpot.
friends.
Everybody wants this. So what can we do? We give it to them, but only you only get you come in, and guess what? Once you get it, now you distribute. That's free marketing. Well, free marketing after they pay for the clips, but whatever. That's organic marketing for, and that's the way that this goes viral. Because Sax has always said it either goes viral as a consumer-facing company, so like an app for you normal people, for us normal people, it's got to go viral. So if it doesn't go viral, it's gonna flop. We need to go viral. Here's the solution, Sax. So we've been running through it. We had a whole fucking
teleprompter manual teleprompt.
Yeah. What was that called? Mechanical Turk teleprompter.
And what happens? We go in. He has some really good questions. Like, first was like cut to the chase, kind of like, what are you guys proposing here? So we spun up a whole like product demo, what this would look like as a feature.
Yeah.
And he plays that. Oh,
which always do that because we've been listening to his podcast and he's like, oh, I don't give a fuck about a pitch deck. Just show me what it's going to look like. Yeah. We did that. We did the mock-up and it worked.
And he's been using our product for 6 weeks. So yeah, he really liked those. It's like super tangible, so he could see it. I don't know if we can share it at this point yet. And then, yeah, he was just really curious, like, how do you scale this thing and you want to build it inside and why exclusively? And I don't know, you just held firm. You're like, exclusive because we need to focus on it and we believe in the mission and we believe and we need for ourselves, frankly.
Yeah, I think that was all solid. Then he's like, I don't know when we brought up money, but for some reason,
he was like, "What are the terms or something?" And I'm like, "We need $1 million,
and equity,
and he's like, "Well, could we maybe do like half of the exclusive thing?" We're like, "No, that just wouldn't make sense on our end. We need to focus." And he's like, "Totally get it." And then there's
by the way, the reason why we can say $1 million confidently is because with or without them, we think we can $1 million. Well, we're on track to $1 million in revenue
this year-ish. Yeah.
On a monthly basis, at least.
And then he's like, okay, and on the advisor share front, like, what are you looking for? And I'm like,
yeah. Henry gave like a little hesitation. I'm like, 1%. And the classic little negotiating move on Saxon's part, but it was honest because he's like,
yeah, he
percent. Yeah, we're not going to say the valuation because I don't think that's public. Yeah. But it's
he laughed not in a bad way, just in a I don't think that's feasible way. But hey,
who knows?
We'll make it happen.
Who knows what the fuck's feasible? He's like, get %. This is going to be a unicorn.
Yeah, I wanted to say like we want to build the SaaS unicorn, but that'd be too much about us. That'd be too much about us. What was good is you kept harping on the fact that they need this to go viral. They need this. And what do you say about Fringe?
Oh, that was the one
red flag.
Yeah,
Yellow flag.
His red flag was like, yeah, I don't know if the sort of like a fringe benefit to creators.
Hey, all the top creators they want have asked for our stuff independently.
We're talking because of a fringe benefit. I should have said that. Like the only reason we're here is because of this fringe benefit.
Yeah.
So depends how fringe you think it is. But
it's a great point.
Regardless, we could perfect it after the fact. 8 out of 10. Who knows what's going to happen? He's going to go to Axel, who's co-founder of the app, and creating it and run it by him. We ran it by him yesterday. That was like a 4 out of 10. We'll see if they meet in the middle, and 6 out of 10 is enough to cross the threshold. Who knows?
So I hope when we record the next podcast in 3 months, we are exclusive and we're a portion of the way through building this tech tool to automate 80% of what our animators do, to take some load off their backs, on our way to becoming a SaaS company.
And everyone's going to win.
Everybody.
If Smart Nonsense team wins with tech, everybody wins.
Yeah.
So fuck a lot of meetings, a lot of shit. That's our, I guess we probably missed a lot of stuff because it's been like a month and a half, and we'll try and do more of these. Hey, since we have the rule book, we're going to start getting paid up front, which means we can probably hire more people to just focus on the podcast. How about that? That'd be nice.
That's the plan. See you next time.
Bye.